come back, you know, come off a loss and remotivate ourselves and get ready to play our best basketball here at the end of the season. Defensive transition, getting back and keeping on the offensive boards, keeping them from getting layups on that, keeping them on the free throw line. They're quick. They got a lot of size, and so it's not an easy matchup for anybody. And a really good team. So we'll have to come out and play.
You've seen these two teams play so far. What's the difference? What separates the Lions from the Lions, if you will?
I think really what separates SAGU from Langston is SAGU can win when they play poorly. SAGU has won 9 games when they've shot less than 40%. Langston, meanwhile, they only shoot 41.5% on the season, but when they win, they shoot 46.4% on a game. So they have to shoot really well. They have to play really well to win. The Lions once shot 25.8% and won a game down in St. Thomas. So I think the Lions are a mature team. They're a veteran team that has found a way to win even when they don't play their best ball game.
Thanks to a very strong defense. That's one of the key points for the Lions tonight. They have the second best shooting defense in the NAIA. 37% is what they allow to their opponents. When you shoot 25% and you only give up less than 37% a game, you have a chance to win.
Every time. I mean, if you're only going to allow your opponents to shoot less than 38%, you've got a chance to win any game. That's why this team is such a threat, not only obviously in this tournament when they're number 1, but going into the national tournament. They can take on any team. The only team that's better on defense than them, shooting percentage-wise, is number 2 ranked Lee. So you see these top teams doing that great job. So you know the Lions have that chance once they get to the national.
And the defense can get you there. It definitely creates a better common denominator for each team on the court. Let's talk about key players up until starting lineups, which are coming in about 3 minutes. Dominique Rambo is your number 1 NAIA man in steals for the not only for the Lions but the NAIA. 3.7 steals a game, and leads SAGU in scoring with 19. Also be looking for number 32, Emmanuel Odoy. He's 6'5" freshman, an excellent rebounder. That's part of the defense the Lions need. They can get those rebounds if they have to. Ryan Alford's also 6'8" freshman, will fill in for Deuce Ward on defense every once in a while. I'm going to mention also number 2, Caleb Gentry. Now these guys are all defensive players except for Rambo, and you mentioned, we've talked about almost ad nauseum so far about the importance of the defense.
Yeah, the defense.
He was carrying it, wasn't he?
Yeah. Had bad games that had bad shooting. On games where they've only scored 50 some odd points, they still found a way to win. For Langston, I'm looking at 3 key guys. First of all, Emil Clayton. He leads the team with 11.3 points per game. He leads the team in assists and steals. He's also clutch, as we saw in the Schaefer Center. He hit the game-tying 3 here with just 18 seconds left the last time these teams met. Obviously, Dominique Rambo knocked down the free throws to win the game about 10 seconds later. Another guy I'm looking for, not a big stats guy, but I think this guy be sitting on his mind, Bayshawn Payne. He's the one who got fouled with 2 seconds left against SAGU the last time his teams met. Down by 2, missed both free throws. you know he has revenge on his mind. He does average 9.1 points per game, so he's a scoring threat, and I have a feeling he wants a little bit of vengeance against these SAGU Lions. Lastly, Travis Scott leads the team in rebounds at 5.2, and the Lions are such a good rebounding team. You look right here on the main stats of the season. Lions average 43 rebounds and 15.4 offensive boards a game. That's good for number 3 in the nation behind 2 other Red River Conference teams. These are two high fouling squads, so fouls could become an issue very quickly. The Lions much better three-point shooting and much better at blocks. The blocks have really come from Mike Newellaway. He stepped up real big in the last few games as become a big force on defense, and obviously we know what kind of force he can be on offense with the game-changing dunks at any time.
Hey, Tim, I have a question for you. Looking back at the overall record, the Lions lost more games on the road this year than they did at home. Now you can play your whole tournament right here at home.
Yeah.
Is that a factor?
I don't think it's a factor, really. When I talked to Caleb Gentry earlier in the season, asked him about that exact same stat. He said sometimes we get a little bit placid at home. We get a little bit because we have our crowd behind us. But he said on the road, we're always trying to prove something. I don't think that's going to be an issue right now. They know what they have to prove. They're not going to be lulling to sleep here at home in this big tournament. Well, let's go down to courtside now for pregame festivities, the national anthem and starting lineup here on SAGU Sports Live.
Welcome to the Schaefer Center, site of today's men's quarterfinal match between Langston University from Langston, Oklahoma, and Southwestern Assemblies of God University, the host of the tournament. Would you please stand at this time and remove your caps as we listen to the national anthem being sung by Katie Manus as we pay tribute to our flag and those who serve to protect it.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The winner of this semifinal will advance to tomorrow's 6 p.m. semifinal. Let's meet the starting lineup. First for the Langston Lions. At guard, a 6'1" senior from Chicago, Illinois, number 1, Emil Clayton. At center, a 6'10" sophomore from Brooklyn, New York, number 15, Joel Clark. At forward, a 6'3" junior from New Orleans, number 22, David Harris. At forward, a 6'5" junior from Chicago, number 23, Travis Scott. And at forward, a 6'6" junior from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, number 33, Joey Atkinson. Langston is coached by Nigel Thomas and assisted by Jeriel Vicks. And now the starting lineup for the SAGU Lions. At guard, a 6-foot junior from Hondo, Texas, number 2, Caleb Gentry. At forward, a 6'5" sophomore out of Louisville, Texas, number 15, Mike Newellaway. At guard, a 5'10" junior from Dallas, number 20, Dominique Rambo. At guard, a 6'4" sophomore from Garland, Texas, number 21, Jonathan Walter. And at forward, a 6'5" senior from Waco, Texas, number 33, Nathaniel Deuce Ward. The Lions are coached by Donnie Bostwick, assisted by Garrett Jones and Kyle Tucker. Your official scorer, Brendan Kowalski, shot clock operator, Dante Embry, scoreboard operator, Clay Hopkins, and your DAC statistician, J.W. Tabor. We invite those who are also broadcasting, including SAGU Sports Live in HD. Our former sports information director, Clay Scarborough, is the host of the show today, along with the color analyst.
Well, Tim, it's good to be back here courtside. It doesn't appear you've lost any energy here in the Full Live Center as we get ready to roll.
The energy has just been on a 2-year rise for this program. Obviously, last year, turning it around from being 10th place in the conference to 4th place, being a contender all year long, and now you're more than just a contender. Now you're the lead dog.
You're the one everyone goes after, and you've won 17 of your last 18 games.
Yeah, you just had that most recent loss against LC Shreveport, breaking that 17-game winning streak. So they are still a very hot team right now. Since 2001, the #1 seed has never lost in the first round of the RRAC tournament. Here we go to see if the Lions can keep that streak going.
Up court comes Emil Clayton, the senior from Chicago, Illinois. Shoots the 3, drains it, and the Langston Lions strike first.
We mentioned how clutch he can be, and he opens the game up with a big 3-pointer. Trying to catch some early momentum here for Langston. They're going to need it.
And you mentioned that early momentum when you're on the road like that. If you can silence the crowd, it really helps your team settle into a rhythm.
Yeah, because this crowd can become a factor. And these Lions team is so deep. The SAGU Lions are so deep that they will wear you out. So you can't afford to be down early.
Walter, no good on the shot. Rebound by Atkinson. Clayton jumps off and now inside. And number 15, Clark, goes over 15 to Wallaway. And it's a 5-0 Langston lead.
Breakdown on defense for SAGU there. They allowed the Langston into the backcourt door too easily. And Joel Clark slams that one home.
SAGU 0 for 2 on their first 2 shots. Get the defensive rebound. 0 for 3. Rebound. Goes to Atkinson again. Clayton comes inside for 2. No good.
And a late whistle going to come in here.
And putting his hand over his eyes, Joel Clark from Brooklyn, New York.
And the foul's going to come against Joel Clark as well. Langston leads 5-0 early here in the Schaefer Center.
Joel Clark will be checked out by the Langston medical staff.
Into the game will come Bayshawn Payne. The Lions start off cold from the floor, unable to connect. I believe Walter has taken all 3 shots on the team so far, unable to connect on any of them.
We mentioned the close games the Lions play. You would not expect, which is a little abnormal from your #1 seed, just come in and blow people away. Out of the corner, works Gentry. Now Rambo at the top of the key. Shot clock to 15. Jumper by Ward is no good. Rebound Lions. SAGU. Baseline Ward stops. Shot clock reset. Tipped. Taken away by Clayton. 2-on-1. Out of bounds, loses the ball. SAGU knocked it out.
Great defense by Caleb Gentry, getting back quickly, knocking the ball away from Clayton, but not drawing the foul. Lions trail by 5, almost 2 minutes into the first half, unable to get on the scoreboard yet.
Langston will look to extend that early lead. Payne, directing traffic, comes left. Stops at the foul line. Now baseline, goes Harris for 2, no good. And with the putback is Scott. It's a 7-point opening lead for the Langston Lions.
Travis Scott just read that rebound perfectly. Good follow-up. Langston dominating early. SAGU looks a little bit lost in the headlights at the moment.
And a turnover will go to Langston. And the turnover will go to Southwestern.
Neil Clayton protesting that it was tipped by SAGU, but the ball will remain with SAGU. And they need to find a way to score at this point. Shut out. 2 minutes and 40 seconds into this one.
Rambo looked to take the shot, pulled it down. Walter gives to Noel away, no good again. There's your rebound by Ward, and he will draw the foul.
Neil Clayton will get whistled with that foul. Also comes up limping just a little bit. Looks like he'll remain on the court.
You mentioned fouls could be a factor in the game earlier, Tim. 2 fouls already on Langston.
His first personal, second team foul.
Ward will inbound. Out to Walter. Back inside. Rambo. 30 seconds on the shot clock. The jumper. No good. SAGU has not hit on an offensive possession in 3 minutes.
Just feels like there's something off with the shots at the moment. Clayton,
no good. SAGU will draw the rebound and will hopefully get their first points of the night. Rambo for 2. Draws the foul.
Yep. Rambo will go to the line to shoot 2. A chance to put the Lions on the board.
A little concerned by the way the referee held his hand. It's like, it's not going to be a charge, is it? So Rambo to the line.
Boswick set to check in. James Ford and Emmanuel Adoy trying to get a spark, as well as Tyler Gidgey trying to get a spark going on this team. Rambo misses the first free throw.
Tim, take a second here. Talk about the line changes, if you will, the Lions make.
The Lions are going to keep them coming all game long. Coach Boswick operates essentially a 2-line system, a first 5 and a second 5. Usually we see a full 5 switch. Right now, obviously just trying to get an offensive spark going. He's just going to put in 3, but you can expect to see that all throughout the game. Rambo misses on both, and the Lions are still scoreless.
Ford with the rebound to give the Lions another shot. The Lions have finally scored 2 points. It's 7-2. A timeout appears to be called by Langston as the Lions get on the board first. 30-second timeout, 16:31, 7-2.
Well, that's about the hardest I've seen the Lions struggle all year long to get on the board to start the game, and it took a crazy ring-around roll for it to even drop in. Langston definitely doing a good job on defense early on, swarming the Lions, frustrating them, not allowing any easy shots to get off, and when they do, they're just not falling.
Tim, is there any layover in a sense? 17 wins, the loss to LSU, and now you're on the court in the tournament.
I mean, you got to always consider that. Again, you know you've already locked up a tournament spot in the Nationals, so you can kind of imagine a little bit of layover effect. And then you do add in the extra factor of having just had that big win streak broken out at LSU Shreveport. And as we already saw once this year, Langston is going to come play the Lions well. They know how to play the Lions well, so the Lions need to be ready for a dogfight all game long.
We'll come back to what Mark Ward said about the matchups here in just a second as Langston goes inside for 2. They miss. Lions with the rebound. That's Adoy. Rambo looked at a 3, pulled it down. Working hard on Brown. Gives to Gidry. And it appears to be the 4th foul of the evening already on Langston.
That's going to come in against Bayshawn Payne. So, yeah, 4 early fouls on Langston.
We played just over 4 minutes, too.
So the Lions may be sent to the charity stripe often here in the first half. It has been a struggle for them this year. They have not been the most accurate team from the line by any stretch of the term.
Walter, good. That's the wall away for 2. It's 7-4. Well, Tim, the free throws, if you get that advantage, when you start off down, that's a great way to chip back in the game.
And it's a great way to keep on interrupting the momentum of your opponent. If your opponent is trying to ride an early momentum, you can count on interrupting that and keeping them off pace.
In and out. Rambo with the official rebound. Sets the Lions offense up. Working hard on Payne. Kidry into the corner. Baseline for 2. No good. The rebound to Scott. And now Brown brings up Langston. 20 seconds on the shot clock, no problem there. Joe Clark puts it away. Ball is retrieved by the SAGU cheerleaders.
Mike Noella was the only one who had a chance at breaking that pass up when he missed. Clark, again, all alone in the paint. Just him in the net.
During the pregame, we mentioned the SAGU defense underneath. Has the Langston Lions found a hole?
They definitely have early. The Lions SAGU is not used to giving up those kind of shots. They've already seen 2 or 3 go against them.
Rambo, after picking the ball up off the ground, goes baseline for 2. 9-6.
Finesse shot by Rambo, getting underneath the basket. So hard to defend those because you have to protect the front of the basket. If you can get past, flip it underneath. Not much you can do to prevent that shot if it's pure.
Shot by Atkinson, good, 11-6. The Langston Lions jumped out to a 7-point lead early and are holding right now at 5. Rambo for 3, no good. Rebound to Atkinson. Langston gets their offense to catch up. The inside jumper, no good. Rebound Lions, no all the way. Here comes Rambo. Quickly up court for 2, no good. Travels the call.
Rambo just coming in a bit too fast. Looked like he dragged his back foot. So he was trying to come in. Joel Clark will step back into the game and Travis Scott will step out.
Head coach Donnie Bostwick inquiring as to where the extra step took place. Clayton, foul.
Fouls will
be against Langston. Number 5. Now, you're down by 5 points, but you lead in the foul category 5-0.
That is definitely the brightest spot on the scoreboard for the Lions right now. They've yet to commit a foul, but Langston's just 2 away from putting SAGU in the bonus, averaging just about a foul a minute. Playing very aggressively right there. That was Clark picking up his 2nd foul as he was just manhandling Guidry down low.
Guidry for 3, no good. SAGU pulls it down. Nice rebound underneath. That was by Ford initially, and now the Langston Lions have the ball again.
Trying to sneak the ball underneath on a pass wasn't going to happen.
The 3-pointer is good by Harris. It's 14-6. It's the largest lead of the evening for the Langston Lions, an 8-point game.
Coach Bostwick preparing a 5-man swap right now as he's just trying to find something to work early on against Langston.
Nice move by Rambo. He gets around number 15, Joe Clark, and the Lions cut the lead 14-8.
Clayton almost loses it.
Guidry would have been there, and he would have been off to the races. And inside again, number 15, Clark over Nwalaway. Timeout by head coach Donnie Bostwick. 16-8 our score, 12:40 left in the first half.
And Langston is fired up. They are hitting everything right now. And again, we haven't seen anyone dominate SAGU down low this much, this early on at any point during this season. Langston has definitely found something that's worked. SAGU needs to find a response.
Let's not talk about history happening yet, but if you wanted to come in and upset someone on the road, you establish momentum and you play aggressively. Thus far, Langston has accomplished both of those tasks.
And really what they're also doing is they are limiting SAGU's strengths. They're shooting much better than SAGU usually allows at the moment. and they're also limiting SAGU offensive rebounds. That's another area SAGU is really good at. We also haven't seen many turnovers. Rambo hasn't got a steal yet. The team hasn't picked up any steals yet. They're one of the best teams in the nation when it comes to steals.
Rambo leads the NAIA with 3.7 steals per game, and right now a couple of those could be momentum changers.
Back into the game now is Gentry, Walter, and Ward. Also into the game is Alford and Oglesby. So a new 5 on the floor for the Lions as they trail by 8.
Looking for a spark. 17 seconds on your shot clock. Into the corners, Ward. Gets the ball out to Oglesby. That's Gentry. Oglesby, Ward, 5 seconds. Jumper, up, foul, and 1 for Deuce Ward.
Great shot by Deuce Ward, just going high into the air, drawing the foul. Chance to turn the tide of this momentum. And it's the 6th foul against Langston.
Stats at about 12.5 minutes in, so these are about 30 seconds old. The shot's good by Ward. It's a 5-point game again. Tim, you hit it dead on. Langston shooting 54%, the Lions 29%.
We've seen the Lions shoot very poorly and win, but you're not going to win if you're getting outshot by that much.
The 3 attempt is no good. Rebound to Alford. 5-point game. Lions looking to cut within that. Be the first time in a while.
Charge coming against Gentry.
Charge against Southwestern. That will be their first foul of the night. 6 fouls for Langston so far. You still hold the 5 foul advantage, but you're down 5 points.
At this point, if you're SAGU, you might be looking trying to weather the storm. You can't wait too long though, because as Langston showed already once this year, they can lead late. They can play well into the second half. You can't just count on it.
And you play 2 close games against Langston. Sometimes it's hard to win the third.
But sweeping a season series 3-0 is always very
Langston
difficult.
with one of their first offensive turnovers of the evening. That will be their 3rd actually.
And just
But the first one I remember, their offense just didn't work.
Yeah, SAGU did a great job on defense, limiting any option to get to. A travel against Oglesby here. These games between these 2 teams are usually close. Over the last 8 meetings between these 2 squads, the average margin of victory has been just 6 points. Only 2 games of the last 8 have been won by double digits, both of those by SAGU Lions.
And we didn't get to that talking point in the pregame. The Lions in games with 10 points or less are 14-2. When it's 5 or less are 6-1, so they're not adverse to close games. The 3-point attempt is up, and it is no good. Offensive rebound for the Langston Lions, tipped out. Foul on Southwestern.
Going to come against Deuce Ward, so he picks up his first.
Second for the Lions.
His first personal, 2nd team foul.
To the line goes Jabil Braley, this senior from Leavenworth, Kansas. Shot is good, 17-11. I'm looking at the roster for the Langston Lions. There is not a Texas native on that list. Southwestern has pulled from Lithuania, Arkansas, and the rest are Texas. Bailey, his 2nd shot. It's good. 18-11. Southwestern back down by 7. They started the game trailing 7-0.
Langston, a very good free throw shooting team. Last time these 2 teams met, Langston missed only 2 free throws until the final seconds, when obviously they missed 2 more.
There you go. Ward dumps it off nicely to Walter, and the Lions with a little offensive spark, down 5.
That's the best offensive
Take it
so
away.
far.
Here comes Walter, 1-on-1, and 1 on the shot. Your 7-point lead is down to 3. It could be down to 2.
That's how quickly the Lions can turn things on you. They get their best offensive possession of the game. First truly uncontested shot we've seen. And then Walter hits the pocket, goes length to the floor, and draws the foul. 7th on Langston. It's going to be the 2nd on Bayshon Payne. And a timeout is called by Langston. As you said it, the lead is down to 3 as SAGU has struggled, down by 7 or 8 most of this game. Chance to make it 2.
Another 30-second timeout.
And that really is just head coach Nigel Thomas trying to control the situation, trying to keep it from happening.
Southwestern will now enjoy the bonus
For the rest of the half with 10:20 left. Well, this is a tournament, of course. Earlier on today, St. Thomas, number 3 seed, bested Jarvis to move on to the semifinals. And LSU Shreveport defeated Wiley in overtime, a big scare against the number 7 seed. So you see it right there. That's your semifinal matchup at 1 p.m. tomorrow here in the Schaefer Center. The winner of this game will play the winner of Our Lady of the Lake versus Texas Wesleyan tonight at 8 p.m. And that game, should SAGU win, would be broadcast to you right here on SAGU Sports Live at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening.
Walter trims the lead to 2. It's now 18-16. Entering the game for the Langston Lions is Atkinson, the junior from Oklahoma City.
Bayshawn Payne takes a seat. He does have 2 fouls. So not unexpected to see that happen. Is some early foul trouble for some Langston Lions.
And the Lions still +5 in that category. Into the corner. That's played by Gidry. Shot up. There's a foul coming on Southwestern. Deuce Ward will be charged with the 3rd Lion foul, and that is his 2nd foul.
You don't want to see Deuce Ward getting into foul trouble.
On the line for Langston, David Harris.
Mike Newellaway is set to check in.
As Harris prepares for his first free throw. No good. Lions still down by 2. SAGU Lions, that is.
Newellaway steps in for Alford. And so the original starting 5 for the Lions is back on the court now.
Second shot from the New Orleans native. It's good. It's a 3-point game. And here comes Rambo and your SAGU Lions. Your regular season champion, SAGU Lions.
First ever championship of any kind here in the Red River Athletic Conference for the Lions.
Scored no good. Gidry got up there. Or Gentry, that is. Couldn't get the rebound. Langston down court fast for 2 more. Scott hits the bucket. We're coming up on the 10-minute point in the half. 21-6. The Lions open the game trailing 7-0 and are now down 5. Gentry for 3. Gentry nails it. The Lions trail by 2.
It's going to take some big shots like that. You know you shoot better 3 points. And a
Offensive
charge.
foul. Yes, it was. Right there in front of the jungle, the student section.
So when you know that you have the better 3-point shooting ability, you want to be able to flex that at some point in this game, especially if it's going to be this tight all the way through. 2nd foul against David Harris. He is one of your Langston starters. So now 3 Langston Lions with 2 fouls.
I would like to measure the length Walter slid in front of the fans. I thought he milked it.
Or it's just a slick floor. You never know.
Absolutely. Rambo back to Walter. Takes the 3-point shot. Makes it. The Lions have their first lead of the night. It's not 22-21. Southwestern has finally turned the tables after trailing 7-0.
They've trailed the entire time after falling down early. They've pushed their way back into this one, so they get their first lead with about 9:25 remaining on a big 3-point shot from Walter. And after being very cold, they knocked down 2 threes in a row.
Jabil Braley will inbound. Do not be scared by the picture of President Kermit Bridges off his right shoulder.
It's just his conscience.
Clayton inside. Gets the ball out to Brown, who now comes inside for 2, no good. Gets his own rebound. Back up for 2, still no good. Langston almost has another possession and will keep the ball. The 2nd offensive rebound on this possession to the Langston Lions.
Langston's doing a good job of getting those offensive rebounds, and they're also doing a good job of going up strong, surrounded by SAGU, finding a way to get those shots off cleanly.
At the 10-minute mark, your shooting percentage, Langston Lions 50%, Southwestern Lions 47. Obviously, it's evened up, and look at your score. From the corner, it's good. Langston back in front by 2, 24-22. Bailey with the three-pointer.
Just got left alone out there on the corner. Measured up and knocked it down. He's a 6'5" forward, but he can shoot well.
Rambo tries to go inside, can't get it. Rebound from Scott. 2-point Langston lead, looking for an extension. Clayton for 3, no good. SAGU at the rebound. It was knocked away by Walter, and Rambo came away with it. Gentry. 20-second shot clock. Comes inside. Behind the back. Walter can't get it. On the shot was Walter. Knew wall away with the behind the back assist. And we're tied.
Good job of rallying off of that. Langston switched out of their trap defense, going straight man-to-man to the Lions now. Lions just pass around until they get an open shot.
14 seconds.
Crowd is getting into it now.
They've definitely woken up from the 7-0 slumber that started the game. And now a foul, offensive against Langston. That will be their 19th foul with 7:33 left in the half.
So while these offensive fouls obviously don't result in free throws, the Lions are now in the double bonus with the next foul.
one. That's exactly right.
Gentry steps into the game, and Mike Noella will come out.
Entering from the jungle was Adoy. And now Rambo will bring the Lions up court. For 3. It's up, no good. Rebound by Gentry. Add to that offensive rebound total. Baseline. Foul against Southwestern.
Stepped on the line.
Okay.
Stepped on the line. Gentry trying to walk the tightrope.
I'll be honest, it was either that or I was worried he held the ball too long, too.
It looked like it was 3 steps taken, and it looked like the line was stepped on. So either way, SAGU turns it over.
Coming up on the 7th-minute mark. 7:05 left. Foul on Gentry. It's the Lions' 4th.
And the Lions
second for Gentry.
Yeah, the Lions only have 4 fouls, but 2 against Gentry and 2 against Ward. Ford will step in for Gentry, so 2 of your starters not in dangerous foul trouble, but 2 fouls in the first half. You got to be careful. Don't want to pick up that 3rd before half.
It'd be nice to keep that in the bank for the second half. Nice inbound from the jungle from Bailey as he was right under the SAGU fans. Tipped out to the corner. Inside for 2, no good. Rebound. SAGU's got it. Here comes Rambo one-on-one. Knocked away. Knocked out of bounds by Scott, the junior from Chicago, Illinois. 6:44 now left in the half. Walter inbounds. The jumper. It's good. Nell. Adoy goes right. The freshman goes right over his defender for 2. And a 2-point lead.
Adoy can just get it. He can stand there. He can telegraph it. But when he is on, he can just elevate right over you, extend his arm, and you don't have much of a chance to stop him.
I would need a ladder to do what he just did. Langston keeps the ball. Nice play. Tipped away. And the foul coming on Southwestern. Walter says something in frustration. Not sure if he knew where the foul came from. His first, SAGU's 5th.
SAGU's doing a good job of defense, but just not doing a good job of cleaning up the boards. They're giving Langston too many second opportunities that they're finishing on or then drawing the foul. Bailey misses the first.
You mentioned second opportunities. Now, this was 4 minutes ago. Offensive rebounds for Langston was 6. 2 for Langston offensive rebounds, 5 for Southwestern, 11 to 8 in that category. But I think in the last 4 minutes, that's evened up.
Langston's definitely done a better job of taking those up. We got the huge dunk off of a rebound.
Bailey hits 1 of the free throws. It's 26-25, 6:16 remaining.
Bailey heads to the bench, and Joey Atkinson comes in as Langston now cuts the lead back to 1.
Baseline for the Lions. Ford the jumper, 3-point, no good. Rebound Adoy. Goes to the top of the key to Gidry. Sets the offense. Takes the three. No good. Rolled around the side of the rim. Here comes Clayton. Langston for two. They put it away. The assist to Payne. The points to Atkinson. And it's again a 1-point Langston lead.
Langston is just finding a way to consistently get the ball down the court and score. I mean, SAGU's made some good stops. Obviously, they found their way back into this game after early it looked like they couldn't get any sort of momentum. But Langston's doing a good job of consistently scoring. Llewellyn will come in for Walter. 22 on the shot clock for the Lions as they inbound here.
There's Gidry. Looking where to go. Comes right. Dominique Rambo. Top of the key, inside, jumper. Does not fall. Rebound Southwestern for two. No good. Langston finally comes away with it. That's Atkinson. It's a 1-point game. Langston lead. Now the jumper. No good. That ball came right off of Clark's hands into Ford. 5-minute mark. Ford for two. It's up. And it's an offensive foul.
Charge coming to James Ford, spinning in.
When did spinning become a foul?
Langston doing a pretty good job in transition, getting down the court quickly. Didn't convert on their last shot, but they are pushing the Lions, making them have to run every single time there's a missed shot to get back on defense.
Lions backed off a little bit there with a half-court defense. The alley-oop, no good. So the Langston Lions will reset their offense. Clayton comes inside, 4-2, puts it up, makes it. It's a 29-26 game. And we have a stoppage in play. A delay game called on the Langston Lions. Your stats 15 minutes into the game. Southwestern shooting 39%, Langston shooting 44%. Your rebounds, SAGU 17 overall, 12 for Langston.
SAGU really doing a good job statistically, but at the moment they trail by 3. Langston shooting 50% from three-point range.
Fouls coming on Payne as Rambo tried to go literally all around the court to find a way to get a shot.
So Bayshawn Payne, we mentioned him in pregame, he might be looking for a little bit of revenge after not being able to knock down the game-tying free throws here a few weeks ago, but he now has 3 fouls in the first half. Rambo with a chance to cut this lead back to 2.
And he does part of the work with that first shot, 29-27.
And for SAGU, number 2, Caleb Gentry.
Gentry steps in for, well, I'm not sure who for. James Ford thought he was leaving, but he's not.
Rambo looking for his 6th point of the night. Jonathan Walter has 10 points right now for the Lions.
Rambo now 1 for 4 from the free throw line, and the Lions trail by 2.
4:20 remaining. Langston Lions looking to extend their lead.
Charge.
Offensive foul against Langston. Clayton smiles about it.
So 2 charges apiece for both teams now.
SAGU with their next foul will put Langston in the bonus. Southwestern Lions currently reside in the double bonus.
So Langston, while they had some foul trouble earlier, have not been giving the Lions free throws because the rest of their fouls have all come offensively, playing a very aggressive offense.
Rambo pulls down the 3. The dump is good. Shot made by Llewellyn. It's a 2-point game. Southwestern trails. Clayton. Inside goes Langston. The toss. Back out. Fighting inside for the shot, which is no good. It's a block on Southwestern. That was Atkinson who took the shot.
SAGU foul number 15.
Llewellyn with the foul, and the Jungle would like an explanation on that foul.
7th on the Lions, and will be a shooting foul. Big 3 minutes and 30 seconds coming up right here. The teams are tied. It's been a back and forth half that saw Langston shoot out to an early, not really convincingly, but a solid lead. SAGU was struggling.
The momentum was in control of Langston for the first 8 to 10 minutes of this ball game.
Yeah, and then SAGU's done just enough to recapture momentum a little bit, but more importantly, just kind of settle the game down. SAGU settled back down. This will be a big stretch of 3.5 minutes to see who can maybe capture some momentum going into the locker rooms.
Atkinson misses his first free throw of the night.
Langston having some trouble from the line as of late after, as we mentioned last time, having a great game from the line.
They will stay at 50%.
Langston goes back up by 1.
30 to 29. Coming up on the 3:30 mark in the half. I don't think anyone in here thought this game would be a blowout, and it's even your 1 versus your 8.
Well, as we saw already today, 2 versus 7. As Gentry unloads a 3.
Rambo with the rebound, comes inside, comes back out to Gentry. Underneath the leg pass to Rambo, and now Gentry to Ford for a 3, no good. Southwestern ball again. Rambo inside, travel. Right at the 3-minute mark. And once again, there might be a complaint in the suggestion box over that. 30 to 29, Southwestern down 1.
SAGU turns it over there. Crowd wasn't happy about that. It looked like Rambo was jumping in the process of passing.
Whether that call was correct or not, the jungle is in this now.
It'd be nice if SAGU could get a little bit of momentum back, knock down some shots. They had a bunch of opportunities there, just could not make the shots fall.
Clayton needs help. 15 seconds on the shot clock, calls timeout. He was cornered. 2:38 remain first half. It's 30 to 29. All of our timeouts have been 30 seconds. And I believe we may have, let's see, there's a little bit of confusion on the court. We have our first full timeout, and we will take one as well. Southwestern basketball continues in a moment. Welcome back to the Schaefer Center, the Red River Conference Tournament. Your Red River Conference regular season champions trail by 1. 30 to 29 to Langston. Tim?
Yeah, they're in a dogfight right now. We're going to give a special shout out to our season-long broadcast announcer Rob Price and his media crew. They're driving up to Nashville, Tennessee for the NRB, National Religious Broadcasters Conference. They are tuning in on the iPad, which I'm stunned because they're driving through Arkansas. That means Arkansas has the internet. I'm stunned by that.
It is about time.
But we're going to give a shout out to them. Obviously the students in that band, our regular student crew who do a lot of the work here on SAGU Sports Live. And a shout out to Rob Price. Unfortunately, he won't be here to announce any tacos, but Clay Scarborough back in the house after a year away. Back at the broadcast. How's it feel, Clay? How's it feel to be back?
Oh, it's always good to be back. Doing something you enjoy. Taking a break from being an assistant principal for the day.
And I don't think we've ever got to really commentate a game of this importance, you know,
I
the
have
Lions.
not. Clayton misses the shot. Rebound to Clark. We'll come back to that in a second. The 2-point is good by Harris.
Langston doing a good job of seizing this momentum going into the half. Lions need to find a way to turn that.
Ford. 2:10 left. Gentry. Comes inside. Travel on Southwestern, and that is no wall away.
Lions just thinking about it too long. Langston's defense has seemed to have gotten to their heads a little bit. They're not willing to just jump up and take the shot. A couple of travels in a few possessions here have given Langston the momentum right back and a chance to carry it into the half.
155. Langston loses it, keeps it. Ball on the floor.
And a foul's going to come in against James Ford. A lot of slapping and grabbing down low, and James Ford
tell
gets
maybe
the foul.
who that was actually. Three-point game, 150 to go first half. To the line goes Travis Scott, the junior from Chicago, Illinois. Adoy enters the game. New Wallaway will take a break.
Scott shooting a 1-and-1.
Just a 1-and-1 here.
First free throw of the evening, not good for him. Here comes Rambo. Gentry stops, needs help, finds Adoy for 2. No, that's good. And the Lions trail by 1. It fooled me a little bit off the back. 1:35 left. SAGU down 1. They trailed by 7 to start the game.
It clinged to the back of the rim there and stolen by 4.
To Walter for 2. No good. Put back Adoy. Southwestern leads again, 33-32. Their second lead of the half.
Emmanuel Adoy coming alive. 2 consecutive field goals has SAGU back in front, but just like that, Travis Scott
takes back the momentum. 108. Dominique Rambo stops, comes out to the side to Gentry, inside to Walter. Now forward. Everyone touches the basketball, and the rebound is good. There you go, Lions. 35-34. The lead teetering back and forth in the past 30 seconds.
Jonathan Walter, your leading scorer on the game right now. That's his 12th point. He is definitely taking over right here, getting some big rebounds.
The jungle is loud this evening. No good for the Langston Lions. Rebound is up. No good. Langston with the ball again. It's possessions like that that make us think they're dominating offensive rebounds. The stats don't show that.
Shot clock is off, so Langston can hold. And a foul is going to come in against, I believe, Emmanuel Adoy, and it will be against Adoy. That's going to be his second.
And for the longest portion of this half, Southwestern had the foul advantage. It's now 9 Southwestern fouls and 10 fouls for Langston.
But you're right. On the stat sheet, SAGU is dominating offensive boards, but it's possessions for Langston. They've had 3 or 4 possessions where they've got 1 or 2 boards in a row and kept these things alive, and every time they've been able to put it in.
I would like to see second chance points and what a difference those are making in this game right now.
Well, Langston definitely doing pretty well in that category, getting to the line. First shot of the 1-and-1. It's no good.
The Lions will come away with the ball in the final possession.
Yeah, they can hold for last shot.
Chance to hold the lead. They trailed by 7 as we opened the first half, and they could take a lead into the locker room. Looking for a 4-point lead. They got it. Rambo with the fist bump. 38-34. The Lions lead by 4 at the half as Clayton shoots after trailing by 7. The Lions have a 4-point lead at half. This is not a team that's adverse to tight games.
It's how they live, honestly. It's how they play the game. They fight through these kind of games, and Rambo just pulls up, shows what he can do, knocking down that 3 with about 8 seconds left to increase the lead to 4 going into the half. And like I said, that is very, very
We were
key.
wondering about the second chance points. That comes when your team gets the offensive rebound and you score off that preceding rebound. 9 second chance points for the Langston Lions, only 4 for SAGU, and SAGU's up by 4. So if Langston was not hitting that, SAGU would have an even more dominating
And that's with just 6 offensive rebounds. They have 9 second chance points. Well, let's go to courtside now, where Tyler Marie is standing by with assistant coach Garrett Jones. Tyler, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Now, Coach, earlier in the game, Langston led 7-0, which showed that we got off to a bad start. What are we going to do now to stop any leading points like that?
Yeah, I mean, they came out strong. That was to be expected. This time of year, you got teams that if they don't win, they're going to go home. So we knew they were going to bring their A game, and that's what they did.
Now, Langston came in with a lot of confidence, aggression. They want the win tonight. But now that we're neck and neck, 4 points apart, what are we going to do to keep our momentum going and take home the win?
Yeah, it starts and finishes defense with us. So we got to continue to get back on defense and get stops, and hopefully that'll lead to some offense.
Thank you so much, Coach, and good luck in the rest of the game.
Thank you.
Back to you, Robinson.
Real quickly before we go to commercial, the Lions scoring leader is Walter Johnson. He has 12, 9 for Travis Scott of the Langston Lions. And again, we are looking at this. The biggest difference in the game appears to be those second chance points is keeping Langston in the game, and then their 7-point lead.
Yeah, just converting when they need to. Like we said, they're not necessarily dominating on the offensive rebounds. We'll look at those stats in a minute, but like you said, second chance points. They're converting when they need to, and it has them well within this game. SAGU just running out to this lead to end the half. So this thing obviously is 20 minutes from over, and it's going to be a 20-minute fight to the finish.
Both games are close for each of these teams they play. We expect nothing less in the second half. We're going to take a break on the Southwestern Sports Network. Your second half is about 7 minutes away. The Red River Conference rolls on. The Southwestern Lions are leading right now, 38-34. They're the #1 seed because for the first time ever in school history, they won the regular season title. They're taking on #8 Langston. They only have a 4-point advantage of that, Tim. We know every other game against Langston has been close. And to show you some more of that evidence, the biggest lead of the game has been by Langston. That was in obviously the first half with 13:10 left. SAGU's biggest lead came with 9 seconds left. It's a 4-point lead as it stands right now. The score was tied twice, and the lead has changed 9 times.
It's been very back and forth throughout it. Look at some of these stats, though. Team shooting just about even, 43% and 45%. SAGU dominating in a lot of categories. What we were pointing out when we took a break was that Langston is taking advantage of opportunities. SAGU double the offensive rebounds amount, up 12-6. But we mentioned earlier, Langston has 9 second chance points to just 4 for the Lions. So over double the second chance points. They've taken advantage of the offensive boards. Fouls, Langston has more fouls. They had more fouls the whole half. But SAGU only went to the line 6 times in the first half. Langston went 8 with just 9 SAGU fouls. So Langston, I guess you could say, fouling smartly, not fouling during the shot and fouling offensively.
And keep in mind, early in the half, SAGU had a foul advantage 2 or 3 times of like plus or minus 5, however you want to look at that. SAGU was in the bonus for 15 minutes.
Yeah, and they only went to the line 6 times. So Langston just playing smart basketball and playing basketball that is taking advantage of every opportunity they have. It's why they're shooting 45% against a team that holds you at 37%. And it's why they're shooting again 50% from the three-point line. They've been very good from beyond the three-point arc.
And the Lions have not. 3 for 11. And so if you just kind of tilt, Tim, you've seen Langston play. Are they out shooting themselves right now?
They're definitely shooting better than we saw them shoot last time, but like we mentioned in pregame, in the games they won this year, they shot around 46%. A 46% shooting average would have you top 20 in the nation. They're 88th in the nation in reality in their actual shooting average.
Is this a function of the Lions' defense or the Langston offense?
I really do feel like Langston, again, familiarity breeds this kind of thing. Langston has figured out a lot of the areas that they can attack SAGU, and that's leading them to be able to shoot 45%. They did shoot, I believe, 42% last time these two teams played, so they can shoot well. They've got some really good shooters, and they're shooting well enough to win right now. SAGU has just done a good enough job, again, dominating the rebound game and really just finding a way to knock down the shots when they need to.
What similarities do you see in this game right now and the game that was played here between SAGU and Langston, where SAGU trailed deep into the second half?
I mean, early on, the games were identical almost as far as they went. SAGU's done a good job of capturing the momentum back. That game went 35 minutes without a SAGU momentum burst, and they just found a way in the last 5 to somehow pull it out. This game, SAGU seems to have a bit more of a handle on, but obviously Langston's here to win. Langston is in this 8th spot. This is their first tournament appearance since 2009, and they want to find a way to stun this team and maybe find the back door into the tournament.
Well, we'll see what happens. I don't want to talk about the history of the #1, #8 seed unless we have to, so we're going to stay away from that. Let's take a 30-second timeout on the Southwestern Sports Network. Your second half starts in about 1 minute. SAGU won the first meeting between Langston and the Lions 84-73. The second game was 75-71. And right now it's 38-34 as we get going in the first game of the Red River Conference Tournament for the Lions of Southwestern and the Lions of Langston.
Yeah, and tight throughout, really. Langston did open up that 8-point lead. That was their largest with about 13:10 left. But over the last 13 minutes, 10 seconds, SAGU did a good job of fighting back.
Swing at 12 points. The Lions not adverse to close games. They played 16 games with the score decided by 10 points or less. and they won 14 of those. Southwestern played, and I've lost it. I believe they were 6-1 in games decided by 5 points or less.
They've been very clutch at the end.
And are going to have to be apparently again tonight.
They very likely might have to be, with the way Langston is playing so far. Almost a backcourt violation saved by Rambo.
And so Rambo, who brings the ball up once, brings it up again in this possession. Inside, taken away by Langston. Right there was David Harris.
And that's one of those cases of 1 pass too many. Noello had an open shot, but stolen by Gentry.
Gentry back up court. Teams trade turnovers to open the half. From the jungle for 3, no good. And again, Scott with the rebound, taken away by Gentry, no good, foul.
Caleb Gentry owning every second of that possession. He got the steal. He found a way to dribble through traffic, found the open Walter, was going to be able to strip the rebound away and then draw the foul there. So Caleb Gentry, we talk about how scrappy he is. He sells out on every single possession.
And will take his first free throws of the night. The Lions, and Tim, we talked about this last year, I'm sure you and Price did. Yeah, you had a 4-point lead on the half, but now essentially you have a 5-point difference in the game. You keep extending it right now before Langston can even score. Now it's 6, thanks to Mr. Gentry.
Yeah,
40-34.
That first minute of the second half can really set a lot of tones.
You look at a lot of great coaches, and they say one of the most crucial points of games is either the opening parts of the third quarter, if you will, of a football game, or the first 5 minutes of the second half in a game like this.
Well, especially a game like this where momentum has been up for grabs the whole way. No one's saying this game's going to be over in 15 minutes left, but whoever can really catch the momentum in the next 4 minutes and 10 seconds can really find a way to dig a hole for the other team, make them have to climb out of it.
Most of the time, no one can climb out of that. That's right. Clayton from the scorer's table. Southwestern had the 4-point lead at the half, and now they're +6. Rambo, the Lions have it for the moment. And here come the fouls as on the floor goes Gentry and Clark, and apparently the foul will be against Southwestern as you can hear the unhappiness from the jungle.
Caleb Gentry, like we've seen him do all year long, selling out, diving for the ball, gets whistled for the foul there though.
Fouls even at 1 now for both teams as we open the second half.
And that's 3 fouls on Caleb Gentry, who has come out on fire here in the second half.
Inside, Langston did that very well in the first half. The Lions answer there. Granted, it's a foul, but it wasn't a freebie. There were, I remember 6 points by Langston where it was just automatic.
SAGU defending the paint a lot better since that early point where Joel Clark got a couple of wide open dunks. Langston was just dominating easy layups.
Scott now 0 for 2 from the line.
And Langston is 4 for 9 from the line. Like you said last time, they only missed 4 free throws in the entire game against SAGU. They've missed 5 just a minute into the second half.
Second shot is good. Now 1 for 3. Mr. Scott, Mr. Rambo up court. Lions up 5. Inside. Back out Gentry. Rambo for 3. No good. And there's the rebound by Gentry, but coming away with the offensive rebound is Clark. 4 on 2, excuse me. Blocking foul. Now in the first half, Langston jumped out to, I believe it was 5-0 on fouls. Southwestern performing almost the opposite feat. They're up 3-1 right now in fouls.
You got some big names. Looking at some foul numbers, that's Walter's second, obviously 3 on Gentry and 2 on Deuce Ward. They're all on the floor right now.
Payne has not shot from the free throw line tonight. He misses his first.
Langston struggling from the free throw line, and in the game where you trail by 5, you've missed 6 free throws.
4 for 10. Second shot is good. 5 for 11. Langston from the line. Here comes Dominique Rambo from Dallas, Texas. 4-point SAGU lead. They had that at the half. Coming up on the 18-minute mark left. Cross court, Walter. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Dominique looks at 3, pulls it down. Now from the free throw line for 2, in, out, and in. 42 to 36.
They needed the glass in every section of the rim to get that one. Rambo finally gets in the double digits. He has 10 points on the game now. Hasn't had his most electric of games so far, but we know how he can just explode like a powder keg at any moment.
Leads the Lions in points, averaging 19 a game. So he's almost on pace.
In for Langston at 35, Jabril Bailey.
Bailey enters for Langston.
He's just been far above pace the last few games, really. It's easy to spoil the fans when Rambo's touching 30 on a regular basis, averaging 3.7 steals a game, and it's been higher. He had 8 steals in a single game just a few games ago, so he has been very dominant through the close of the season as SAGU did wrap up that regular season championship and a trip to Kansas City.
8 seconds on the shot clock for Langston, and now too much time. 3-second lane violation. So the Lions will take over the ball. Here comes Dominic Rambo.
And we mentioned it already once this happened. Worth mentioning again, Langston was doing a great job inside the paint earlier. SAGU shutting it down right there and forcing the violation.
Rambo for 2, no bucket. The foul occurred before the shot.
Langston foul on number 1, Emil Clayton.
So taking the ball from pretty much underneath the basket is Nathaniel Deuce Ward. Ward so far has 3 points on the night, 1 rebound.
The foul does come against Emil Clayton, so it won't leave the shots for the Lions, but Langston's #1 scorer now has 3 fouls on the game. Stolen away.
Taken away by the Langston Lions, and now Gentry with another steal. He's doing his best Rambo impression. 4-2, no foul, Lion ball. From the top of the key, Gentry sets it up. Stops, jumper, good. 44 to 36. The Lions open up an 8-point lead, and the Langston Lions want to talk about it. This is the biggest Lion lead of the night. It matches the biggest Langston lead of the night, and that happened early in the first half.
And Caleb Gentry has just come out in this half on fire right now, getting some great steals. Let's go to a quick commercial break. The Lions lead by 8 here on SAGU Sports Live.
The Langston Lions open the game with a 7-point lead. But now the SAGU Lions have a 44 to 36 lead. We are in game 1 for these two teams of the Red River Conference Tournament, and Southwestern has turned the table.
They really have. They've done a good job staying feisty, playing very aggressively. And Caleb Gentry, kind of, I guess you call him the definition of this team.
I would go poster boy.
Yeah, he's
the face of, if you will.
He plays 110% above his talent level in every game, and he finds a way to just keep on playing, keep on fighting through everything. You see him pushing through screens there. Shot is no good. Putback is good.
Finally falls. Travis Scott from Chicago, Illinois hits the 2-pointer. Lions 8-point lead cut to 6, 44-38. Rambo gives to Gentry from the 3-point line. Now dribbles in, stops, needs help. To Wallaway, inside to Walter. It's good. 2 more Lion points, 46-38. And now the Lions defense can just hold out.
And they're doing a really good job on offense, finding the open shots, just being patient, waiting for the breakdown with Langston. Langston plays a very aggressive defense, which means eventually somebody's going to be open.
Rambo, Gentry, 2-on-1. We'll have to wait and let everyone catch up.
And a foul is going to come against Gentry, I believe.
It is. Number 2, Gentry. It's going to be his 4th of the night.
It's going to be his 4th foul. He will have to go to the bench.
Also the 4th foul this half for the Lions, and we are just over 4 minutes into this half.
So Tyler Guidry will come in for Caleb Gentry, as we've been talking about him for the first 4 minutes of this half, being the spark plug, kind of the emotional leader of this team, getting some big steals, some big shots. But now, while trying to save the ball and dish it back in, he draws his 4th foul, and he will go to the bench for a while.
The jumper is up, no good. Rebound Lions, that's Southwestern's ball. Rambo looks at a 3, pulls it down. Goes inside, Deuce Ward on the outside, Walter for 3, and it's good. The assist from Moore. The Lions have an 11-point lead.
Walter's been doing a great job from the three-point range. He has 17 points on the night.
Inside rebound from Langston, no good. Another offensive rebound, and now the foul. That will probably be on Gidry, the sophomore from Houston, Texas.
You see this combination inside of Jabril Bailey and David Harris. They just sort of surround the basket, and they just keep on tipping the ball up, keep on getting the rebounds until it finally goes in or they draw a foul. We've seen it happen a number of times in this game.
Largest lead of the night for either team, 49-38. And it will stay that way, at least for another moment.
Langston's got to be upset with the way they've shot free throws. They're 6 for 13 now.
And Jabril misses his. He was your best free throw shooter of the night right now for Langston. He had hit 3 of the 4, now 3 for 5. About to take his next shot. And trying to cut the Southwestern Lion lead to 10. And does so. 4 for 6 now for Jabril, with 7 points on the evening.
A little bit of a full court look from Langston now. No problem for Walter.
And this may work to the Lions' advantage. They definitely nailed that possession. It's another 10-point lead. No, 12-point lead. There we go. We got updated.
It seemed like Langston was kind of between the legs of Walter, but it seemed like Langston just kind of unexpectedly went into that full court press. They didn't know how to handle it themselves.
3-point by
SAGU
Langston.
easily converted that to 2 points.
That's a Doy on the rebound. The Lions a chance to extend the 12-point lead. Inside for 2 from Walter. There's a whistle before the shot. Foul against Langston. It's their 3rd team foul. Jabril Bailey with the foul. It's his first of the evening. To the line.
Wilson Walter to the line. Leading scorer for all players with 17 points.
17 points. We're about looking at that right now. 1 for 1 from the free throw line so far. 7 for 13 overall. Hits the shot.
Jonathan Walter has not necessarily ever been the leading scorer on this team throughout the year, but he's taken the most shots today. He's knocked down 2 of his 4 3-point attempts. They said shooting over 50% from the floor. So
been very, and you said from the floor, inside early, he was I believe, one of the first lines to get on the scoreboard and then keep them in the game.
He's been very active from the start.
Misses his second shot.
But the lead is 13 for SAGU.
Largest for either team of the night. The Langston Lions get the 2 points and the and 1 shot. Jabril Bailey puts that away.
Joel Clark just going strong. Throwing it down. He's had a couple of big dunks today. And you mentioned right now, 3 fouls now on Jonathan Walter. So you have Caleb Gentry start off as a spark plug in the second half. He has to go to the bench with 4 fouls. And now 3 fouls on Jonathan Walter.
But this is the whole theory behind why you have basically 10 to 12 guys you can run out there at any time.
Yeah, and they are doing a great job right now.
Clark to the line, his first free throws coming up right now. He just added to his point total with 8.
It's good to see Ryan sitting there. He's 6'9", but he couldn't see.
Shot is up. No good. Adoy with the rebound. The pretty much free defensive rebound. Coming up on 14-10 remaining in the game. Southwestern 11 points in front. Remember, they trailed by 7 to start the game. Baseline. Rambo tosses it out to Adoy for 2, and it's good. Nice assist from Rambo. 54-51.
Great job of identifying that Emmanuel Adoy was just wide open, just beyond the free throw line.
No good. Here come the Lions again. Gidry up court, stopped, jumper, no good. Rambo with the offensive board. For 2. Good. The Lions, 56-51, a 15-point lead, have totally turned the tables in this game.
Yeah, SAGU is clicking on all cylinders now defensively. They are frustrating The Langston Lions dropping their overall shooting percentage on the game down to 39%.
Rebound for Alford, and Rambo now for three. It's good. 59-41. Southwestern, yeah, I'm saying it again, trailed by 7. You're up by 18, a 23-point swing.
And after having a half, and Rambo steals that away. Everything going SAGU's way.
For 2 more. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. This half alone, it's 21 SAGU, 7 Langston. That's your difference.
Yeah, they have opened up on fire. That's the 4th foul coming in against Fayshawn Payne.
On the line for SAGU, Dominic Rambo, 2 shots.
And like SAGU, after really having a struggle, a fight in the first half, is taking control here in the second.
Rambo 1 for 4 first half from the free throw line, drains that one, 60-41, 19-point Southwestern lead.
12, Dylan Corral.
Line change for Langston.
Number 1, against Clayton.
Rambo back to the line. SAGU's taking about 10 more shots than Langston in the game, and Rambo nails those 2 free throws. SAGU up by 20. Clayton, the 3-point shot for the Langston Lions is no good. The putback is. Scott with the 2 points. Sanders took the 3 and missed.
And if you're Langston, you've got to stop this right now. This is tournament play. This is your last game of the season if you can't find a way back into it.
A total different opening to the second half for Langston. They came out the first half with the momentum, with the aggressiveness. SAGU has taken it to Langston in this half.
And they've got to find a way just to strengthen on defense. They're so flustering to the Lions early on. The Lions getting easy shots, getting inside the paint.
3-point for Langston is good. Merle, the freshman from Stillwater, Oklahoma, with the 3, and you're down to a 15-point game.
So Langston has answered the call. After falling down by 20, a quick 5-0 run.
You mentioned digging the hole and digging out of it. Shot, no good. The foul coming against the Langston Lions. Nuwalaway drew the foul.
Langston foul, 23.
Hey, right. This is the hole the Lions wanted to dig for Langston.
15.
They just put them in it, and hopefully bury them there. But this thing is still far from over.
Nuwalaway with 6 points so far on the night. Will hold there for a minute as SAGU holds their 15-point lead. Gentry re-enters. Rambo will take a breather.
He has 8 rebounds, though.
Second shot for Nuwalaway. No good. Ward almost had the rebound. The ball goes off of his hands. And with a 16-point lead with 11:36 remaining in the ball game, Southwestern is up. Now look at your foul. SAGU 6, Langston 5, pretty equal. No major free throw advantage like that, and you really didn't want Langston to have that at this point. That'd be a one way to chip back into the game.
Exactly. Stop the clock and score points.
Clayton for 3, no good. Ball's in the air. Clayton will officially get his own offensive rebound as he waited beyond the 3-point arc. Inside for 2, no good. There's your rebound for Southwestern. That's Walter having a good day. Taken away. Merle was just sitting in the weeds. Now takes a 3-pointer and misses.
Yeah, Merle just sort of popped up and took that away, but can't convert it on the 3-point basket.
Nuwalaway with the rebound. The 3-point is good. Welcome back to the court, Mr. Gentry. 64-46.
He is making every single minute count. Caleb Gentry walks right back onto the court after being off of it for about 8 minutes and drains a 3.
Let's update you on the Red River Conference action, because Tim, I'm going to go ahead and start kind of looking at tomorrow night. As Southwestern has an 18-point lead. In the first men's game, it was at 8 a.m. this morning. The University of St. Thomas 78, Jarvis Christian 61, LSU Shreveport 107. Wiley scores only 98 points in that game. That was at noon, so the University of St. Thomas and LSU Shreveport will play at 1 p.m. tomorrow right here in the Schaefer Center. Now, SAGU is up by 18. If they hold on and win, they will play either number 4, Our Lady Lake University, or number 5, Texas Wesleyan University. That'll be at 6 p.m. right here in the Schaefer Full Life Center tomorrow night. Tim, if you had to pick between 5 or 4, who do you want?
Well, the question is, do I want to pick one of the best offenses in the NAIA that can drop 13 threes on you a moment, or do I want to pick the team that SAGU just a few weeks ago needed a Rambo three-pointer with 4 seconds left to even win the game? Those are two solid teams. Flip a coin. At this point, if the Lions make it, you just got to be happy that you're there and play whoever.
Still 10 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this ball game. Far from over. Foul on Southwestern. That will come against Guidry, the sophomore from Houston.
A lot of intrigue early in the game as LSU Shreveport did beat Wiley. They beat the Buzzers, but with the putback to send it to overtime. That is the 4th foul on Jonathan Walter. So Jonathan Walter now with 4 fouls. Caleb Gentry now with 4 fouls. Walter is your leading scorer at 18. Caleb Gentry now stands at 10. He's tied with Rambo for the 2nd most points for the Lions. So you do not like that foul situation for the Lions. You just got to be happy you're up by 18.
And let your defense do the work from here on out. That's your key. Shot is good by Payne. He makes his 2nd free throw of the evening. Rambo re-enters the game. Sitting down is Jonathan Walter, your SAGU points leader. Now, another interesting fact on SAGU points. You got 4 guys in double digits.
They have definitely found a way, especially in the second half, of putting up points, getting the open shots, getting the open lanes.
16-point lead for SAGU. 10, 30 left. There you go. 18-point lead for Southwestern. 66 to 48. That speaks for itself.
That started with the no-look pass. Caleb Gentry was staring down Mike Newellaway, passed it over to Deuce Ward while the defense converged on Newellaway. They overcompensated, came in on Deuce Ward, but then it was too late. Newellaway was already over the rim.
Now, I'm not opposed to run up and down the court, but SAGU doesn't need to do that right there. Just keep playing your game. You have a large lead. Langston will maintain possession and get the offensive board. We're under 10 minutes now. Foul coming on Southwestern. And Tyler Guidry looks toward the bench, not sure where the phantom call came from.
But it will send Langston back to the line, which, as we said, when you're the team down by 18, the clock under 10 minutes left, you want to be able to start stopping that clock and knocking down free throws.
Clayton 0 for 1 from the free throw line, makes the first of 2. Ford will re-enter the game for the Lions. Taking a break is Tyler Guidry.
Both teams missing some opportunities for the line. The Lions have missed 6 free throws on the evening, while Langston has missed 8.
SAGU with 13 points off turnovers, only 6 for Langston. And I would imagine, Tim, a lot of that came in the second half.
Yeah, you have Caleb Gentry getting some big steals. Rambo picked up a couple, and even some, by Walter. Unfortunately, 2 of those guys are in massive foul trouble right now. This is why you want to build that lead early, because you don't know what's going to develop late with players getting into foul trouble. You really hate this to be a 5-point game right now.
SAGU able to hang on. The 3 from Ward is no good off the front of the rim. And the rebound goes to Clark. The 3-point shot by Clayton, no good. Gentry tips the ball. Here's Ford, 3-on-2. Ward underneath. He's the tallest one of the 5 down the court, and it pays off in this game, 68 to 50.
Great job by James Ford, just chasing down that ball, running even and getting that over to Ward.
Morrill misses, and Gentry comes away with the ball. These Sharpie highlighter shoes up court. Rambo in the corner on Morrill. Rambo stops, comes inside. Back to the corner is Gentry. You can't miss him with the shoes. For 2, no good. Right there on the rebound. is Nuwala for 2 more points. It's a 20-point game. SAGU has led by 20 once tonight.
And they've pushed it right back up. He's continuing to play great. Joel Clark, another slam.
Kind of says I do this in my sleep. If I was 6'10", I'd do that in my sleep also. 18-point game, 8:20 remain.
Now if you're SAGU, approaching the 8-minute mark, you can start running some clock. Just try to keep this lead around where it is.
Rambo for 3, no good. Tipped by Nuwala, and it hits technically the out of bounds mark, which is the shot clock on top of your rim, your backboard.
Good read by Nuwala, tipping it up, trying to tip back to himself, but it's a bit too strong.
35, Jabril Bailey.
Now Langston
And number 22,
down to 1 timeout left, down by 18.
With 8 minutes remaining. And you're trailing.
They're in a tough spot right now.
Shot no good. Here come the Lions with the defensive board, given away, stolen for 2, and it is good. Nice job by David Harris.
Yeah, going face-to-face with Deuce Ward. That takes a lot of courage.
with the basket.
Let's see what these whistles are about.
And it's going to be a hold coming in against Ed Brown before the ball was inbounded. That's just his first foul, though, and just a 6th on Langston.
8 fouls for Southwestern. If you're keeping track at home of who's in bonus and who's not, it's 70-54. Another foul.
And that's going to come against Clayton, and that's going to be his 4th foul.
Are we beginning to see a little bit of press, and not defensive, scheme press, but I've got to start making things happen.
Well, that's exactly where they are with 7:44 left, down by 16, and really they've been dominated the whole half. And that will put the Lions in the bonus, so Caleb Gentry will go to the line.
He's 2 for 2 on the night from the freebie, and he hits another one. He's hit 3 freebies on the night. 11 points now for Gentry. Spark Plug of the Year award.
Well, they needed it. They needed it when he came in to start the second half. 5 SAGU Lions in double-figure scoring right now.
4 for 4. Gentry with the Sharpie highlighter shoes from the line. 72-54 Lions in front.
Mike Nuwala also has a double-double, 10 rebounds, 10 points.
Looked at the 3, pulled it down. Now inside for 2, and it's good. Jabril Bailey, the senior from Leavenworth, Kansas.
Good attack by Bailey going against Gentry. He knew Gentry really couldn't afford it to pick up his 5th foul.
Gentry to Nuwala. Rambo, 20-second shot clock, coming up on 7 minutes left in the game. Rambo goes to work on Merle, takes the jumper, misses. Langston with the rebound, that's Ed Brown.
And if Langston wants to make a move, they better make it here. They're down by 16 with 6:50 left.
And you really got to start looking at how far down am I at 5 minutes? Am I within 10 or am I within 15? And that will really dictate how you play the rest of your game.
Because if you find yourself down by 16 in about another 2 minutes, it may just be a little bit too late. As it stands, 6:50. Still definitely enough time to come back, but they're going to have to turn the clock back to about 2 minutes into the first half.
You're asking Langston to start shooting better than they have all game, and I'm even looking back at their first half stats, where they shot close to 50%, and they're down to 37 right now.
They will have to shoot about 60% undoubtedly to get back into this one, and their defense is going to have to limit the way SAGU has been shooting, as SAGU is now shooting 47% on the game.
The 3-point shot is good. Jabril Bailey from the inside and now from the outside. It's now a 13-point game. That's why we said don't go anywhere. The Langston Lions trying to make the last 5 minutes of this more like the other games these two teams have played. Gentry for 2, he nails it. The assist from Rambo, 74-24. And if the Lions can keep moving the goalpost, if you will, just back and back and back, you should take this. Bailey goes for the 3-point and misses it. That would have been him heating up. That would have been 2 in a row for him. Now Rambo looks at it for 3. The highlighter shoes misses. Rebound for Adoy. He makes that one. It's 76-59. So the momentum Langston was gaining has been stopped.
Just like that, Manuel Adoy, he comes up big in some big moments for a second line player. He really makes it count.
The Lions will be happy to give up what Ed Brown just took right there the rest of the game.
Well, especially if they can keep on shooting the way they have. We're easily breaking that press.
Rambo for 2, and it's good. If you keep matching 2 points for 2 points, Ward, the 3-on-1 steal, and now comes away with 2 more points. 80-61. Timeout, Langston. Listen to the jungle.
Deuce Ward, the only man who stayed back to defend that, tipped it up, snagged the steal, and just went to the bucket, fighting the whole way, and puts the Lions back up by 19.
Southwestern 80, Langston 61. Southwestern basketball continues in a moment. 80-61, Southwestern trailed 7-0 when this game started. That's a long time ago, Tim.
And we felt like in the first half, again, you just had to weather the storm Langston was going to bring. They were going to come out on fire. They're going to come out shooting well and fighting hard. It appears for the moment SAGU may have been able to weather that storm as they are up by 19 points.
SAGU scoring leaders, there's a lot of them. Walter 18, 17 for Rambo, 14 for Gentry, 12 for Adoy, and 10 for Nawalaway.
I mean, 5 players in double digits is not something you see often for SAGU. They usually spread it around a lot more, or they have Rambo just take it all, but Lions have pushed it to 80 points on the game and really have required everybody to do their part to get the lead where it is now.
And that's part of the Bostwick philosophy. Shot no good for Langston. Second shot for Langston, this does not fall. Now, in the first half, that was working for Langston.
It really was. They were finding a way to get second chance points. They have been still able to get the fouls. They've still been drawing the fouls, but they've been too inconsistent from the free throw line to make that count for too much.
That was the difference in the first half, those second chance points. It kept Langston in the game. It made it only a 4-point game at the half, and with the Southwestern advantage. Going to the line now is Travis Scott. He from the line is 1 for 3 on the night. He does have 12 points. He is tied for your Langston lead in points. Jabril Bailey, who's doing it from the inside and out, has 2 3-pointers and has hit some big dunks.
That is the 3rd foul against Emmanuel Adoy. So the Lions with 3 players on the floor with foul trouble. The other 2, of course, Gentry and Walter. But they've been sitting at 4 almost the entire half and have done a good job of not fouling out.
Gentry has been good. Adoy with the rebound is tipped to him by Walter. Here comes Rambo. From one side of the jungle to Adoy. Adoy for 2, draws the foul.
And that is going to come in against Travis Scott, and that'll be his 4th foul. So now 3 Langston Lions on the floor. Travis Scott, Emil Clayton, and Bayshawn Payne all with 4 fouls.
Adoy to the line for the Lions. Adoy on the evening has not taken a free throw shot, but he is, check this out, 6 for 6 from inside the paint.
That's very impressive. Emmanuel Adoy having one of his best games of the season in the first round of the tournament. That's when you want a player to come alive and have his best game of the season.
Looking for a 21-point lead. The Lions have taken now a 21-point lead. I want to point out something too stat-wise for you. Lions 42 total rebounds, 28 for Langston.
Emmanuel Adoy with 14 points on the game. That is his highest point total on the season, eclipsing 13 points scored December 10th against Langston.
There you go.
There's something he likes about this Langston defense.
I didn't get back to it earlier in the game, and I should have, but Sports Information Director for SAGU, Mark Ward, mentioned how he liked the matchup Southwestern had against Langston. And I think that there's 2 points for Deuce Ward. I think you point to that when a guy can do that against the same team, give credit to Bostwick for matching up the right player to the right player.
Yeah, because he also hit he's only hit double digits 4 times all season before this. 10 against Langston in the second game, 13 against Langston the first. Bostwick acknowledges that Adoy has an intangible that can really, really go against them. That is going to be the 5th foul against Caleb Gentry. He is going to hit the bench.
And you can hear the Southwestern fans as they applaud the effort for Mr. Gentry tonight.
And they were big. He checks out on the total for the night. Caleb Gentry is going to have 14 points and 3 rebounds. They were some huge points to start out the second half when it was just a 4-point lead.
No question the energy he brought to the court today. And there was points in the first half where a couple of plays from him kept lines close. They were trailing. But in the second half, he's one of your key players.
Yeah, definitely came alive, got some big steals, found a way to knock down some threes. The most impressive thing is he picked up that 4th foul with about 18 and a half left, and then went, after sitting out for about 5 or 6 minutes, went foulless for about 8 minutes of play. So very controlled play from Caleb Gentry.
84-63, 4 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the game. Southwestern taking a larger lead than I think anyone would have guessed tonight.
We definitely were expecting the first half to remain alive. SAGU has fought their way.
Clayton
to
took
this
away
lead.
that defensive rebound. Now Langston will be looking for points however they can get it, and quickly. The 3-pointer is up, and it is good by David Harris, the junior from New Orleans. 19-point game, 3:40 left. SAGU still looking for 2 points here, 2 points there. The ball goes out off of Joy, so Langston will look to cut into that 18-point lead. 3:37 on that.
At this point, it might just be a little bit too little too late for Langston. We mentioned there were some key points they could have got back into this one. And we talked about those first 4 minutes, how it's so important to, if you're the top team, to dig that hole for your opponent. That's what the Lions did. And that's what has them safely ahead.
They did that in this half, but when the game opened, Langston had the momentum. Langston had the advantage in aggressiveness, but we're not able to maintain that. And the shot is up, no good. Rebound, Walters, Southwestern, looking to extend their 18-point lead.
And Langston coming in, playing in their first conference tournament since 2009, so they definitely were coming in with something to prove, trying to come in against these top-seeded Lions.
Offensive foul against Deuce Ward of the Southwestern Lions as we hit the 3:02 mark. That's his number 33's 3rd foul. 10th team foul. So Langston's in the double-double now for 3 minutes. Looking to hit from the outside and chip away at the Southwestern lead. The 3-pointer is up by Clayton. It is no good, but put back by Atkinson.
Yeah, good follow-up by Atkinson. Just tipping it off the glass. Trimming the lead back to 16, like I said.
2:35 left. Start setting your timers for tomorrow night. Rambo for 3, no good. Rebound to Harris. He still has the ball. Stops. Looking for outside shooting. That's Payne for 3, no good. Southwestern cannot get the rebound. And the foul will come against the Lions, Southwestern Lions. Travis Scott will go to the line. That's the 4th foul of the evening on Deuce Ward, who has 2 fouls in the last 30 seconds.
23, Travis Scott, 2 fouls.
Scott to the line. No good on the first one. Here comes New All-the-Way, Mr. Ward.
And as we approach the 2-minute mark, Lions are going to hold a 16-point lead, possibly 15 after this. And it looks like the game will get a little bit more important tomorrow night for the semifinals. We talked about it earlier, how this is probably the most important game we've ever really got to broadcast. Now, Clay, you were the inaugural broadcast announcer for SAGU.
Yeah.
First season for SAGU Sports Live, and you saw some tough times for this team. A lot of close losses.
Yes.
And the Lions have fought their way to the top of the Red River Conference.
2 points for Payne. Yes, this will be the deepest game I get to call in the playoffs tomorrow night. Rambo for 2. It's up. No good. Rebound for Bailey. Gives to Payne. The 3-point shot is no good. the Langston Lions will keep the ball. Now Ford takes it away. 1:40 left. Ford's up, no good. There's your foul. Okay, let's start really looking at tomorrow night. We will be playing either Our Lady of the Lake University or Texas Wesleyan. That game is at 8 p.m. Southwestern beat both of these teams twice during the 17-game winning streak. They beat Wesleyan 75-73 on the road. Beat Wesleyan here in the Schaefer Center 90-87. So an average margin of victory 2.5. Our Lady of the Lake, they beat by 7. That was on the road. And then here in the Schaefer Center, oh, by the way, they beat them by 7 points. An average margin of victory of 7.
You're not going to have an easy draw in the Red River Athletic Conference no matter what. And again, both of those teams, just such good teams all the way around. Texas Wesleyan's had a down year compared to where they were last year, but so has Our Lady of the Lake. Obviously, if SAGU were to play Our Lady of the Lake, it'd be a exact matchup of last year's semifinal when the Lions were the 4th seed and the Saints were the 1 seed. So it could be very interesting either way. And as we said, these games are so tight between these teams. Whoever the Lions are playing tomorrow night, you can better believe we're going to be in for a show.
Ford hits the shot. Southwestern is up 15 with 1:38 left. This does not appear to be within the 10-point margin. Lions 14-2 in games decided by 10 points or less. Southwestern 6-1 in games decided by 5 points or less. And that may be a huge factor tomorrow evening. Rambo up court.
It's not
go ahead, Tim.
It's not impossible, but it would be hard to imagine that game being the same margin. Into the game now will come Reed Bruner, Adam Martinez, Clayton O'Neill, and Eustace Norvelis, as well as Maurice Oglesby, kind of the cleanup crew.
And you can hear the reaction from the SAGU fans.
A lot of crowd favorites. There's actually a Eustace Norvelis fan club on campus that's purchased a Lithuanian flag I've heard about. So a lot of fan favorites here as the three-pointer is drilled by Ed Brown.
The Southwestern lead is trimmed to 20. 1 minute left in this ball game. Southwestern Lions will play at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. Excuse me, 10-point lead. So maybe we will have the 10-point factor on this one.
Yeah, I mean, Langston has fought the way back into it, which again it shows how important that section of time between about 18 minutes and 8 minutes was, where SAGU just maintained the lead they built. Because Langston has evaporated a 23-point deficit into 10 very quickly. So it shows how important it was for SAGU to hold that margin, because Langston has the ability to finish you off in the last few minutes. Obviously, too little, too late right now. It'd be very hard for them to pull up 11 points.
Of the guys on the court right now, Oglesby leads with 2 for Southwestern. 45 seconds. It'll be dinner and a basketball game tomorrow night. The 6 p.m. start time, another foul.
You're throwing it in.
That foul's on number 45 for Southwestern. That's O'Neill, the sophomore from Hallettsville, Texas.
21, Chuck Sanders.
Chuck Sanders to the line for Langston. He is a senior from Midwest City, Oklahoma. Hits his first shot, 11-point game. Second shot falls, and so we are at a 10-point game with 40 seconds left. Langston looking for anything they can do to make this possible, and they do get a turnover here with 36 seconds. Three-pointer is up, no good. Rebound Oglesby, that will help. Down to 30 seconds. And really, that was your last prayer.
Yeah, if you could drill that cut to 7, you could honestly foul and have a chance back into this. But
not now.
The clock will run. Bruner,
20 seconds. Three-pointer, no good. That shot was taken by Bruner, the freshman, also from Hallettsville, Texas. A lot of good recruiting, apparently. It's a basketball warehouse down here.
So SAGU weathers a first-half scare against Langston. They're going to hold on to win this one by a final to be determined over the last 7 seconds.
No fouls, 2 seconds. Langston will hit that. It'll be an 8-point advantage, and the Southwestern Lions win 87-79 and move to 15-2 in games with a 10-point differential. The Lions Southwestern Lions fell behind 7-0 early, but since then found a way to get the momentum back, take the lead at half, and after that, it was all Southwestern.
Yeah, once they launched out of the start, they just found a way to maintain that deficit, that two-digit lead, and they will move into the semifinals to play the winner of the Saints and Rams tonight at 8 p.m. That game will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. and we will be bringing it to you on SAGU Sports Live, so be sure and check that out.
And literally, we will see you tomorrow night. We'll take a quick break on the Southwestern Sports Network. The Happy Totals will continue as the teams pray at half. We're back right after this. Welcome back to the Shaver Center. The Happy Totals. Southwestern walk away with another win. It's 87-79 over Langston. Number 1, your Red River Conference champion, regular season Red River Conference champion. Lions over the number 8 seed, Langston. Let's talk about your Lions scoring leaders right now. You're going to hear a little bit more from this guy, maybe a little later. Jonathan Walter, 18 points, 17 for Dominique Rambo, 14 for Caleb Gentry, 14 for Manuel Adoy, and 10 for Mike Nwalaway. Let's throw in those double-doubles. 11 rebounds for Adoy, 10 for Mike Nwalaway. The game started with Southwestern trailing by 7 points. They had a 4-point lead at half and ended the game with an 8-point lead. The exclamation point came when they took 2 21-point leads about midway through the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just kept on fighting. They didn't allow Langston to get back up too early. Langston got back up eventually, but not before, obviously, too much time had gone off, and it was too late. Like you said, I think that Emmanuel Adoy, such a huge contributor, coming in with his biggest game of the year, getting that double-double. The Lions, you just circled this stat, and it is huge. Yeah. Shoot 52% in the second half. They jumped to 47% shooting overall. Langston, meanwhile, shot 45% in the first half, shoot 36% in the second, just too little.
And this is more fitting, Tim, with how the Lions defense plays overall. I mean, they're the second best defense in the NAIA, giving up only 37% to their opponent, and that's what you basically carbon copied in the second half.
Yeah, and they just did a great job of figuring it out. Langston had some tricks up their sleeve to begin it. That did a good job of stopping the Lions from shooting well.
Langston very early. If you're going to beat a team on the road, they did some things right. They came in, they took the momentum to Southwestern, they took the aggressiveness to Southwestern, and it was a while before Southwestern recovered.
It really was. I mean, it wasn't until literally the last moments of the first half and then the beginning moments of the second half that you felt like, okay, SAGU has finished this one out.
There was a stat I didn't want to bring up. In the 12-year history, now 13-year history of this conference, the number 1 seed has never lost to the number 8 seed. And after the first half, you had to go, will this happen?
Yeah, you had to be careful. It felt like it. Now, the Lions are going to have to overcome some more recent history, of course, because since 2006, the regular season champion has not won the conference championship. Houston Baptist was the last team to do it. Ironically, 2006 was the last time the Lions made the NAIA National Tournament. They lost to Houston Baptist in the championship game here in Waxahachie. That gave them the automatic berth to the NAIA National Tournament, losing to the regular season champion.
I was sports information director at that time, and it was totally unexpected. I mean, it was really a case of catching lightning in a bottle. And the neat thing about these tournaments is teams can do that.
And that's what Langston was aiming to do. And like you said, they started off the right way. They started off doing what they need to do to stun this team on the road, the number 1 team on the road.
They couldn't do it for the full 40 minutes.
No, they could not. And so the Lions, like I said, they keep on finding ways to win. And they've won some games that have been a lot closer than this, but they found a way to win. This one in particular, that was a scare early on, but it wasn't a scare into the second half. And they found a way to win big of a match that we usually say is more traditional, a close. Well, let's go down to courtside where Tyler Murray is standing back with player of the game, Jonathan Walter. Tyler?
Thanks, guys. Now, John, congratulations on your great game tonight. What do you think was key to that success?
Just being in the right spot. You know, coach called a lot of plays, and they weren't necessarily for me, but I was getting the rebounds and just getting in the open area so my teammates could find me.
And now that you're advancing to the next round to the game tomorrow, what team are you looking forward to playing? Our Lady of the Lake University or Texas Wesleyan?
We're 2-0 against Our Lady, so I have to say Our Lady, but both teams are good. It really wouldn't matter to me who we play. We're going to play our game and do what we do.
Well, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great game tomorrow.
Thank you.
Back to you, Clay and Tim.
Jonathan Walter with 18 points on the night. He's our SAGU player of the game. As Walter said, as Tyler said, tomorrow night it will be either Our Lady Lake University or Texas Wesleyan University who the Lions will play at 6 p.m. right here on Southwestern Sports Live. The Lions beat both teams during the regular season. They beat Our Lady of the Lake by small margins, averaging a 2.5 margin of victory. They beat Texas Wesleyan, no, reverse that, Texas Wesleyan, 2.5 points per game, and Our Lady by 7 at both places. So, Tim, that's a tough one.
It's going to be a great game. It'll be here at 6 o'clock right here on SAGU Sports Live, so you do not want to miss that one. You got to be here for that one, undoubtedly.
Dinner and a basketball game at 6 p.m. if you'd like to join us. We hope you all do. Again, wherever you are on the World Wide Web, we hope to get you back here. That's at 6 p.m. tip, 5:45 pregame. Clay and Tim hope to bring you another fantastic game and maybe set you up for a championship on Monday night. So we pray that you'll get back here with us tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Have a good evening, everybody.